G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I've got one of two desert trucks that came in for review for the channel, and you might have seen me post this up the other day on my RC community page on YouTube here, or even on my Perth West Oz Facebook page if you're following that page on Facebook. So I did put a photo up on both pages, and I also include the links to this one and the other one that I've got for review in the description of those. So yeah, well, today I'm going to have a look at the Xlf X05. I believe this is a new release from Xlf, who make quite a few different truggies, and they even made a 144001 style buggy not that long ago that I had on the channel. Done some speed testing and so forth on that one. But yeah, this is a new budget truggy, guys. It's a 110 scale, ready to run, brushless, fully proportional desert truck, as you can see here on the box. And this one comes in at the ages of 14 plus, and it's it's under $150 truck, this one. So it's in that budget price range. So we'll see how that performs in another video. I'm looking forward to it. Now this one comes with, as you can see, it says 110 scale. It comes with a 7.4 volt battery. It's four-wheel drive, of course, like most of these off-road vehicles. It has functioning shocks and a servo, of course. And underneath here is a bit of a better look at what we got. So as you can see here, we've got some pretty decent off-road tires, full metal ball bearings throughout. The servo is a 2.2 kilogram servo, so that's pretty decent. High-speed brushless motor. Now this brushless motor is a 2847 size 3000 kV, so it should deliver pretty decent power for this truck. Metal CVDs and dog bones, so you got metal CVDs on the front, dog bones on the rear. Ready to run, of course. And the shocks, they are metal shock absorbers, but I'm not too sure if they have oil in them. All right, guys, so I'm going to open up the box and we'll have a look inside and show you what we get with the Xlf X05. All right, guys, so this is what you get in the box. So let's start off with the transmitter here. Now this is a very common transmitter with Xlf and also the Feiyu brand of RC vehicles, especially Xlf. I've noticed this is pretty much their standard remote. Very simple remote, guys, very lightweight. It takes 3 AA batteries on the bottom. Fairly small transmitter, but feels pretty good in the hand. I like how it's got a sponge grip wheel. That's always good to have instead of, you know, just a plastic one. You're going to get a bit of better grip for controlling this car. Yeah, just a standard on and off switch and a steering trim and a couple of LED light indicators for binding and when it's powered on. So yeah, very cheap, you know, sort of lightweight controller with this one, but it does the job. It's got a range of around 90 to 100 meters, and yeah, in my experience, it goes about that far before you start having some range issues. But 100 meters, that's pretty far if you're going to bash any vehicle anyway. You don't really want to go that far. Okay, so anyway, that was the remote. Here's the goodie bag full of gear here that Xlf supply with all their RCs. First off, let's have a quick look at this user manual. Okay, so this is a user manual for a number of their trucks, really. This looks like the X04. Yeah, this is the X04, also under a different brand name here. So this is just going to be a general non-model specific you know, user manual, because basically the chassis and the drivetrains are all the same. It's just the body shells that change on these models. So pretty decent booklet, but very detailed, you know, diagrams there and instructions. And here's the most important pages, guys, the exploded diagram. So yeah, you're going to get a very good look at how to pull this apart and put it back together. So quite a few pages here. As you can see, this is the model, the X05. So they're just showing the differences between this model's makeup compared to like the truck. And at the back we have the standard spare parts catalogue with all the part numbers, so that's always good to see. Okay, 2-lever drive gear. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, everything you need to know, even the screws as well for this particular model. All right, so not a bad little booklet, this one actually. It covers everything. Like I said, it's the general, you know, sort of user manual for all the models. We have the rear wing here to put on the back of the truck. So that looks pretty cool. They've put it separately in the bag for packaging purposes, obviously, so it fits in the box. We have the hardware, so we've got the screws for the rear wing there. Also have your toolkit here, so you've got your T-wrench for your wheels, extra set of 4 pins and a screwdriver should you need to work on the car. And in here we have, looks like the LED light circuit board and the wiring loom and plug for the front LED light cups there. Okay, so you got to fit them yourself, which is no big deal. We have a foam pad. I remember getting this foam divider pad with previous XLF models. That's basically just to, if you're gonna run different size batteries, if because this has got like a lever brace, I'll show you in a second. If you run different styles of lipos, you can always add this to make up the room so your battery doesn't slide around. So if you've run a smaller lipo, for example, with a smaller profile, you can add this in and it'll stop it moving around, which is cool. It's good that they put that in there anyway. Saves you cutting out a piece of foam or whatever. And here's the standard USB to 2S balance plug, 2S charger there. That will just, you know, you plug that into your battery and then you plug that into your USB device. Right guys, let's have a look at the X05 Desert Truck here. I think it looks pretty good. With the, especially with the colors, the bright colors here, with the orange, with the blue, light blue and white. We've got a driver in there, as you can see. Looks like he's by himself. He's got no co-pilot there. All right, you got speed racing written on this body shell a couple of times. You've got speed on the back, but pretty cool looking design desert truck shell. We've got your roll bars, thermo fans on the back, some hood scoops here. For the roof rather, not for the hood. We've got the LED light bar circuitry board there for the roof, so that's cool. You got 4 there, and on the front, like I showed you before, you're going to have to fit those LED wires through to that one as well. The front bumper looks very similar to the X03 Truggy I reviewed. Pretty much all these models are exactly the same. You know, they just got different shells on them, guys. All right, so let's have a closer look at what's underneath. So we'll take the body pins off. Okay, take the 4 body posts off and we'll release this shell. As you can see, we've got the wiring loom for the LED light bar there, and that will plug into the ESC. And as you can see here, it's pretty caged off pretty well, this desert truck shell. So you got a full roll cage underneath it. So that's going to take a little bit of bashing and abuse. So that's good to see actually. I wasn't really expecting that. So that's alright. And here is the truck underneath, guys. And it's very similar to a couple of other XLF models that I've reviewed. The Xlf X03 and the X03. Exactly the same layout and specs by the look of it. Identical. So yeah guys, we've got the 2S battery here. This is a 1600 milliamp hour. So that just swings out. That's what I like about this model. It swings out and you can actually fit bigger lipos in here if you want. So all you have to do is swing it right around and then it'll be a lower profile. I like this hinge design here. So what this is a 2S 1600 milliamp hour large power. So I don't know what they mean by that. They probably mean, because there's no other labels on this, they probably mean large power is maybe a higher C rating. It's definitely not a high voltage LiPo, because otherwise it'd be 7.6. But it's funny that they wrote that. Okay, so yeah, standard sort of LiPo. As you can see at the bottom of the battery bay, we have one of those sponges or foam padding as well. So that one that comes included in the kit might be just a spare one, or it might be another one so you can sandwich, like I said before, a smaller LiPo to fit within this cage. But yeah, that's pretty cool how the design of this one, just press that down and it'll slide in. There's no pins that you got to worry about or anything like that. I'll just put the LiPo to the side for now. But yeah guys, it's pretty much the same as the other models like I mentioned that I've reviewed. The tyres are pretty much like a Xlf 9125 or the X03 Truggy. Pretty chunky tyres here. They don't really feel like they're foam filled, guys. No, I think they're just air filled, these ones. And pretty decent pattern on these, so they're gonna grip pretty good, okay? So what I really actually like about these later model XLF trucks and truggies and so forth is that these hub carriers on these later models do have alloy hub carriers here. As you can see, they're not plastic. So that's good to see. And as you can see, the 12mm hexes behind them, behind the wheel, are also alloy. Pretty beefy CVDs here, as you can see here, and pretty beefy diff cups as well. These are all metal diffs, okay? And here are the shocks. They are not oil filled. They are partially, it said on the box, metal shocks. They are partially metal and plastic combined, okay? But as you can see, they are going to be pretty bouncy. I'm not too sure if these will fit any oil without leaking. They just do have a metal alloy cap on the top and bottom, but as you can see, the actual body of the shock is all plastic. I'm not too sure these have proper seals. So as far as oil, I think they're going to leak out personally. You're probably better off changing them to oil-filled shocks. That would be my recommendation. But if you're on a bit of a budget and you can't afford aftermarket shocks, you could always put grease in there, guys. It'll have a similar effect. Not quite as good, but it'll have a similar effect to having oil-filled shocks. Now this also has full ball bearings throughout, guys, just like your most standard RCs these days. All right, now onto the motor. Like I said at the start of the video, this is a 2847 3000 kV motor, okay, and it is wired up to a all-in-one ESC receiver combo, and I believe this is supposed to be a 40 amp ESC combo, okay. Good thing is about this one, for a budget vehicle, we've got a 3-wire servo there, guys, not a 5-wire, so that's handy. So if you did update the ESC and receiver on this to an independent one, at least you don't have to buy a servo. Most of the time with these cheaper budget RC vehicles, you have to buy a 3-wire servo to be compatible with, say, for example, a Dumbo RC, you know, controller, receiver, and, you know, a brushless ESC. So that's a good bonus there, guys. All right. This has a is well hidden in the center here, but it has a rather thick center drive shaft. As you can see, it's well hidden with plastic on both sides, and they're connected to some pretty beefy styled diff cups there on each end for the front and rear. There's the front one just there as well. So pretty strong drivetrain on these. They're not too bad. The Xlf 03A pickup is a really good basher. I still have it today, guys, and I upgraded it with some of the parts from the X03. Been following my channel, you would have seen that one as well. All right, so on the bottom, the chassis plate is you know, pretty hard plastic here. The swing arms are all plastic. I do like the addition on these later models of this alloy bash plate for the front, so that comes in handy if you end up doing a bit of a nosedive and it bottoms out. You're gonna not crack the plastic, you got that bit of protection there, so that's a bonus. And underneath we've got a recessed on and off switch, okay, to power this truck. Alright guys, so I went and put the rear spoiler, the truggy spoiler on it. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's how it looks, all done. Alright guys, so thanks very much for watching the overview and unboxing on the Xlf X05. I believe it's their latest model in their lineup. So the next video on this one, I'll take it for a bash test, see how it does off-road and also on-road a bit. So we'll see how it does perform for the under $150 budget price bracket for an RC. So I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty decent. Overall, the build quality is fairly decent because, you know, you got all metal parts, especially like the CVDs being metal on the front and the rear rather than plastic. So it should be pretty durable to a good bashing anyway. Alright guys, well thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned by subscribing if you haven't already guys, and hit that notification bell, and you'll be seeing more cool RCs like this coming up on the channel soon, including some of my own builds, speed tests, and more reviews and modifications. Alright guys, so thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'll leave the links below to this vehicle if you want to check it out as well, along with a coupon code. Alright guys, so enjoy the hobby guys, be safe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.